Why is this more realistic? This might be a comedy game. Sunset Overdrive is a very fun and great game what breaks the fourth wall at times and swearing for the sake of swearing and keeps on surprising you throughout the game with its sense of humour. The story is about when a new energy drink called Overcharge gets introduced at a rock concert and turns everyone into cannibalistic mutants, and some other shit goes on as well. You play as your character. What you get to design is a character creation menu where you can make them as weird as possible or something of your liking. And don't worry, the voice acting of the main character is pretty good, but he or she is someone who you're going to hate or like by their cockiness.
Good luck.
The graphics is like a cartoon sort of feel to brighten up the atmosphere to the game. The controls will take time to get used to with the fast elements of the gameplay, and you never really stop moving, and everything is a playground in this. You jump 50 foot in the air, you can do that. Run across walls, grinding, and bounce off near enough everything. It's what the game does really well, and when you find everything that you can do in it. In the main missions you go from one group to a different group doing quests for them, and each group have their own unique personalities. Sunset Overdrive is an open world game with well designed areas and some RPG elements like weapons levelling up and customising them with new amps, what you collect throughout the campaign and holding off waves of enemies as you're cooking them. You can hold up to around about 8 weapons and each one is completely different to the other. You're going to get one that you're going to like. Like the teddy bear explosion gun and a combo system, kill more enemies and unlock new abilities and see what's the biggest chain of combos that you can get to fill up the meter. There are hidden collectibles around the city as well as side missions, but some of the side missions just seem to repeat themselves. Yeah. You can say that they do it in a new way, but really it's the same thing what you're doing over again. Kill so and so enemies, maybe in a unique way and trying to stay alive. But I'm going to have to admit that I got bored of that after the first 5 side missions. The game does run on an autosave system with a lot of batshit crazy moments. And I'm going to have to warn you that you do die quite a bit in this campaign. And then we get down to the multiplayer. It's an 8-player co-op mission. Now I'm going to say that multiplayer is something that you're going to like or hate. If you've got about 5 or so more friends, you're going to have fun with it. But any lower it's going to be too hard and there's going to be a lot of fucking swearing. The soundtrack is good when it comes on, but I wish there was more of it! There's parts when everything goes completely silent and it takes me completely out of the fucking game. There are so many characters and they all have their own unique personalities and they all are so well integrated to the game. It will take me about half an hour to go through each and every one of the characters, and to be honest, some of them just did make me laugh. It's the first time that I lost track of characters there are in a game. I had to check this twice on how long I clocked on the game because it felt longer and the end result was the same. 8 hours long, but I didn't do every side mission. It's really how you're going to play the game. I can see it lasting up to about 15 hours if I did everything. The voice acting in most point is done really well, from all the characters to the main character. Now the bad point for me is that some of the AIs just run into walls and didn't even notice my character. And now and again the multiplayer, the frame rate just dropped when there was a lot going on. The multiplayer is fun for a time, but it's something that I'm not going to go back to after when I'm done with the game. And when it forced me to collect these stuff throughout the city like the toilet paper or the shoes, that should have been optional. And the bits that I did like, it must be when the character talks to the narrator or says something what I was thinking at the time, like the bit with the phone. Or what popped into my head, the character said it as well. And the way that the game breaks the fourth walls at certain points and some of the uncanny batshit crazy moments. It knows when to do it at the right time. With all the unique weapons and the unbalanced ones that you get for a limited amount of time. My favourite one has to be that robot dog. That could just completely destroyed everything. And the way how you come back from the dead. And some of the fun creative bosses just left me speechless. I just wanted to go on to see what others are thrown at me. I think that the humour in the game is spot on. It knows when to do it at the right time. And some of the mini games are just fun. And the way that the game rewards you for your type of play style. So in the end, the score for this game is an 8 out of 10. The reason why I can't give it a 10 out of 10 is that some of the AI just froze. And the way that it forced me to collect shit in some parts. And some of the campaign just seemed padded. And unfortunately for me, I don't see myself returning to the game soon. And then there was the issue that I had with the multiplayer, but if this had a co-op campaign, I would have forgiven it all and gave it a 10 out of 10 if it was done right. And if you're looking for a game that would make you laugh, I would definitely recommend it. So, what would you rate this game? Leave it in the comments below. Until next game, I'm fucking off.